this is Mesh, and welcome to this review of StarBlast on Steam. What is StarBlast, you may ask? Well, it's an online multiplayer arcade space shooter. You mine asteroids, increase your stats, upgrade to different types of spaceships whilst fighting against other players online. StarBlast offers 31 unique ships, 10 weapon classes, 4 game modes, so we have survival, team versus team, a ranked deathmatch, which is permanently online leaderboard, and a new game mode that will be announced upon release. It has a custom game creator which allows creating private sandboxes or public events. I don't know if you noticed, but when I introduced this title I said StarBlast on Steam. So like a lot of games, they have previous iterations, or evolutions as they go through alphas, betas, or early access. Sometimes historic information isn't relevant to mention in a review, as all games go through some degree of development. But I think this one is worth mentioning. So StarBlast was previously released in 2016, at the end of 2016. So it was a free browser-based game called StarBlast IO. This did have in-game ads to support the developers. It also had an Elite Commander Pass, which gave slight customization, and it was an additional way to support the developers. The game was very well received in this format, and it's still going from strength to strength. I believe the community cried out for this game to be available on Steam. From there it was put in the Steam Greenlight program, and it was greenlit. So for the past few months the developers have been preparing for the Steam release, adding content, tweaking the game to become a standalone edition. Why is this important, you may ask? Pray tell, I hear them call. So I reviewed a fair amount of titles. Being a small YouTube channel, I generally get access to the small indie titles. And one big issue that blights all multiplayer indie titles, it's a risk. It's a risk because unless they're extremely lucky and the game makes the front page of Steam, or they manage to strike it lucky with someone like PewDiePie playing it, or Total Biscuit doing a review or a let's play on that title, the multiplayer component of these games is generally dead on arrival. But with this game it's not. Because it already exists, you already have a community who play it and are active. So that is a really positive aspect of this title. So now let's get down to the nitty gritty, the game design, the mechanics. Is it actually any good, or is it actually any fun? So visually, the game is simplistic. So the menu, the options, the ship design, the combat, it's all competent. But as you can clearly see, it's very austere. Audio, once again, very functional across the board, a little sparse. But it doesn't diverge from the gameplay itself. It just doesn't do much to complement the game either. So the gameplay features. So as I've said before, the game has 3 game modes. They're all different enough. It provides a good option to swap between the different gameplay modes for different combat. Free for all is self-explanatory. The team matches, you have a base that requires defending, and an enemy base which is required to be destroyed. Resources are required to be pulled in so that everyone can upgrade their new ships together on the same team. For the ranked matches, so you get a ranked deathmatch, you get a choice of 2 ships. You can upgrade them, and it's the first to get 12 kills wins the round. And this contributes to an online leaderboard. So the 4th game mode, you're going to need to discover this one for yourself, as it's not available for me at the moment. Once again, the 4th mode is revealed on release. This is a really good feature. So the game actually breaks the online play into regions to assist with that latency and the time zones. So at the moment we have 5 zones, so we have Europe, USA, Asia, Brazil, and Australia. So that for me is a very positive feature, and I did appreciate that. So the gameplay mechanics, the ship's movements, and the combat, it all feels very gratifying when you're trying to escape an enemy and you start pinballing off asteroids only to end up destroying your own ship. It's very intense and comical at the same time. When you hit an enemy with a missile and they explode and they drop their hard-earned gems, or you chase them down peppering them with lasers all the way, it's humorous, it's entertaining. The ever-evolving ship upgrades and the power-up, it's easy to grasp, and the upgrades do provide a feeling of progression as you're going along. So there is definitely a skill to this game. There also is a lot of luck as well, that you don't run into a really powerful ship straight off the bat. But a good player does more often than not come out on top. Since I'm speaking about player skill, I will mention the Rcs System, which is a feature which controls inertia. So when you deactivate the RCS, you can use the inertia to travel in a certain direction and fire in another direction. By default it's on, which is a really good way to play. So when you get used to the game and you really want to take that combat to the next level, you can deactivate that RCS ability and spin around enemies while heading in a different direction and firing at them on the way. So the idea of the mining, so how you actually earn the gems within the game, which allow you to buy new ships and upgrade, it definitely works. So you mine asteroids. But the thing is, this can sometimes feel monotonous. And that is the design of the game, and it's often a choice though. You can either keep mining, or you can go and give combat a go and take the risk, if you think you're ready and you have the skills to win. Also, you have a quick communication system which can flash up little emotes to people to indicate if you're hostile or you want to team up with them, or if you're just trying to start an assault or you want to say thanks. It's a handy little feature if you don't want to use additional voice comms. So from what I can see, the game price will be released at $9.99 US and a possible discount, a 10% discount on launch. I have had fun with this game. It's very simplistic, but it's intuitive and rewarding, but I do feel it is repetitive. Don't forget that this was a browser-based game, and that's what it feels like. It feels like a browser-based game, but it's now on Steam. It is also fun, competent, and overall well designed. With the 3 game modes and a ship progression, it has enough things to keep you going and to keep things feeling unique for quite a while, and it has that 4th game mode arriving upon release. It already has that base community, so the multiplayer is active, so that is very positive. Many other positive elements within this title, but ultimately the decision is yours. But I hope I've given you enough facts and information to make a decision to purchase or to skip this title. But for now, I shall leave this review here. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, comment below on how you feel about this title, and subscribe for future content around reviews and gameplay from myself here. So until next time, this is Mesh, and I'll see you later.